Well, thank you to everybody who's joined us so far. We appreciate you taking out your time. As you know, Tennis First is doing a series of webinars across lots of different topics and levels of tennis. And today we're going to be talking about college tennis and particular what you can expect on a dual match day. So I've worked with Tennis First for over 4 years now. I also went to college myself. I played at the University of Colorado. And I'm excited to be joined by Sarah, who knows a fair bit about college tennis herself. So I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name's Sarah Borwell. I'm originally from Middlesbrough, but I managed to get myself over to America as well. Went to the University of Houston. Life-changing for me. I wasn't a top junior, but loved playing tennis, team events, and America changed my life. I did 5 years in America and then went pro. So represented Great Britain at the Fed Cup, played at the Commonwealth Games with Ken Skupski and represented England. So for me, it was amazing opportunity, and it's so nice that everyone else can kind of get that opportunity as well.
Definitely. That's really good. Well, we'll go through our presentation, but there is a chat feature. If you guys have any questions, you can pop it in and we'll answer a few of them at the end. But I think we're going to kick off with a video just to give you a little taster of what NCAA tennis is really all about. I think it captures it pretty well. So we'll share that now. Pretty good video. Sums it up.
It really does, doesn't it? It
kind
of epitomizes the energy and the team and everything that you're going to feel on a college dual match day. So I love watching that video.
It's a lot of intensity, that's for sure. Brings back some memories. It's a big day. Absolutely. We'll start with a presentation now, just to give you a little oversight of what it is, and over to you really now, Sarah.
Yeah, I think for me, the big thing when I was growing up as a junior was playing county tennis. And the tennis part was really fun, but it was also the social side of traveling with people. And oftentimes a lot of the memories were made either in the van on the way to the tennis courts or in the hotel or at dinner. And that's exactly what you get in America. So it might be on a bigger scale, a bit more grander. Some of my players, we have had players at Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee State, and if they can't get to a dual match easily on a commercial flight, they might jump on the university jet. So we have Chris Edge, who's in the middle there, and actually Seb Ray as well, who they'll be on a private jet going to dual matches. And I don't know what it was like for you at Colorado. At Houston, we didn't have that kind of perk.
No.
It kind of shows you the grandness and the money that's being generated in college sports. We have a Tennis First grantee who is at Florida State right now. And Millie will be traveling around on that big bus, basically, which has Wi-Fi, a lounge, TV, beds, a kitchen. So you're going to arrive at places in style. And that's
like a real tour bus. It's like a band
exactly.
tour bus.
You really are on the tour, and doing everything you possibly can to maximize your chances of success. Now, if you're not at one of these top Division 1 schools where the budgets are quite large, you're still going to have a lot of fun. You might go on 5-hour journeys through Texas like I used to, in the van with your buddies, and just making loads of memories. So that's one of the big things of university. It's one of the big aspects of it, is just the environment that you're in.
Yep.
All right. So the big thing about dual match day, they're trying to shorten it, because it can, back in my day, which is probably before yours, Abby, it used to be a best of 3 set match for doubles and then singles, and it used to take hours. And there's a big push now for it to go on TV. So we have softball on TV, football, basketball, but tennis is hard to put on because there's so many different courts, and you don't know how long it's going to take. So they now in NCAA have a very structured day. So when you turn up at the courts, you'll have 60 to 90 minutes of warm up with your team. Loads of different kind of drills, which are just going to get you energized and ready. Loads of loud music. And then you'll have your talks with your coach. And then literally you'll go 5 minutes before the start time for the national anthem. You'll stand there, listen to the national anthem, and then you go straight into the doubles. No warm up, straight into that first serve, which can be a bit stressful initially, but it just keeps everything flowing. So the team will send on 3 doubles matches at the same time. We love to play doubles in Great Britain. We're very good at it. It's one of the key aspects of a college dual match. You win that doubles point, you have a large or high percentage of winning the match. So you basically have 3 matches on at the same time. You're going to play to a set, so it's very quick, but it's whichever team wins 2 doubles matches.
And are you playing a set to 6 or a set to 8?
6. So it used to be a pro set, but it got shortened.
It used to be 8. Okay, so now it's 6.
Yeah, so it's 6 now, so it's very, very fast. And if you win 2 of those doubles matches, you get 1 point, which is just huge for the kind of mentality of it all and stuff. So you finish the doubles. Hopefully you've won that point, so your coach is happy when you get back in the huddle, and they're positive and they kind of get you ready for the singles. Maybe you've been a bit flat in the doubles and it didn't go as well as you would all have wanted. So the coach might have to give you a pep talk. And then as soon as that's over, you go straight into singles. And generally, every university will have 6 courts and all 6 singles will go on at once. Some places like Penn State have 4. So you might have to just have 4 singles on, and then it follows on when it's finished.
And can they choose if it goes 1 to 4 or 6 to 2? Or
they kind of, I think they draw lots. And which, I don't know, coming on at the end, if you're the final 2,
it's a lot of pressure.
I could probably do it as a 20-year-old. Now I'm not sure I could handle that very well. So you've got the singles on. You play best of 3. There's no advantage. Which again speeds things up. There's also no let. Again, kind of speeds it up, stops cheating. And best of 3. But as soon as the match is won, so as soon as one team gets to 4, then you'll play clinch. So let's say you're still on, and our team, we win. We win 4. We win the doubles. We get 3 singles, and you haven't started your 3rd set, but you're going into one. You'll then play a super tie break. And again, so you just play to 10, and that again just speeds things up. So it's fun day. Can go about 3.5 to 4 hours, and they're really trying to maximize the time to get it onto the Tennis Channel or to Amazon, and then we can kind of watch even more tennis.
That's exciting. And most weekends, are you playing Saturday, Sunday, or do you play like a Friday? We used to play Friday, Sunday, or does it depend on where you're at in the season? How does that work now?
It kind of depends on the coach. So where I am, we'll travel on a Thursday,
Okay.
and then we'll compete on the Friday. The Saturday, you might have to travel a little bit further, like an hour's drive, train again, just something light, and then you play again on the Sunday. Playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday is unusual. Sometimes it happens if you really need to get that win-loss record up.
Right.
But generally it's a Friday, Sunday, which means you're missing school as well. There's a lot of traveling done during class time.
Yeah. Okay. And who's, other than the coach, are they taking anyone else with them, like a trainer, physio, or is that all done at the sort of school that they get to?
Good question, actually. So there's a head coach and assistant. There's volunteer coaches as well, often as well. So there's 3 coaches. The teams which have more of a budget might travel with a physio.
Okay.
If you don't, then the university whose site you're traveling to will give you one of theirs, and you use their physio. And that's something that as an athlete you'll remember, having to go to the training room and getting taped up or massaged, or STEM was a big thing, ultrasound.
Yep. Get you ready. That's very good. Okay. Well, we've got a few grantees who have sent in a few of their favorite memories of match day. Some of them are still currently at university, but some of them are looking back. Let me see.
Hi, my name is Esther Adeshina, and I'm on the tennis team at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. And my favourite memory is probably my freshman year when we beat Florida for the first time at home. And we also went undefeated at home that whole season. So that was just a great first year for me. So yeah, go Vols.
Hey, my name is Dan Little and I attended the University of Utah. My favourite match day memory would be my senior day. We beat Stanford for the first time in so many years, and some of my family was there, my final home match of my college career, and it also meant that we qualified for the NCAAs, which we weren't expecting. So yeah, that was a pretty incredible day.
Hey, my name is Millie Bissett. I go to Florida State University, and my best memory of a dual match so far this season is definitely against Arkansas at Stanford. Singles went on first that day because there was rain delays, and it was tight all the way through the singles, and we lost 7-6 in the third in our last match. So the score was 3-0, so then we had to go out for dubs to decide who wins, and the atmosphere was crazy all day. It was so loud. It was a very competitive match, and then to get the clinch with my partner for the team, it was a great feeling. And it was my first ever clinch, so yeah, it was really, really special.
Hi everybody, my name is Kylie Bilchev. I play for Georgia Tech, and my favourite memory of a dual match was probably a couple weeks ago. We travelled to Northwestern, so we played away, and it's always tough on the road, and me and my teammate, there was only 2 of us left playing, and we needed one more match to win. And I won the first set, and I was down 1-4 in the second. And my teammate Rosie, she won the first set, and it was 5-2 her. But then it was slipping away from her, it was 5-3, 5-4, 5-all, and I'm seeing this, I'm gosh, I need to get this done, I need to win. And then I was zoned in. I won, how many is that? 5 straight games. It was 6-4, and I was done, and so I clinched the match, so that felt really good. So I put the team at ease, and Rosie was in a tie break at 6-all when I finished, so she had less pressure to win, and so she won, and yeah, it was just great. It was a great experience.
I love it. Seeing them smile and talk, it's brilliant.
It's really good. It's so nice to hear. As you say, some of them are living it right now, and this is exactly what they're going through. So that's so good.
Yeah, and I actually watched Millie's match because Millie's, a lot of Brits play at FSU. It's my former coach, Jen Hyde, in Arkansas. There's British players there as well. And the match was just insane. And the nice thing is now a lot of things live streamed, so you can watch it, so you can really get a good idea of the intensity, the environment, and how you would feel if you were out there in America.
Absolutely. That's so good. Well, if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop them in. But we had a few from social media that came through about teammates and their responsibility during a match day when perhaps they're not playing themselves, maybe they're injured, or not selected for that team match. If there was anything particular that they are required to do, or is it full on support mode?
Well, I think the big thing with America is, and it's difficult for us initially as Brits, is getting an understanding of allowing ourselves to be very loud. And when I first got here, there's a lot of fist pumping, there's a lot of rah-rah, and you just think, oh gosh, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that. But you end up, the Brits, we just love it. We love the team aspect. And so you soon buy into the fact that cheering for your team, being positive, being present, knowing that even if you're not playing that day, the fact that you're cheering, clapping, making sure that your teammates are feeling good is a big part of a good season. So there's nothing worse when a team, everyone's pulling in the same direction, but maybe there's a few players who aren't. That will really affect the team dynamics, and it can change the team from winning conference, going to nationals. So it's a huge aspect, and it's something that the coaches will talk to you about on a daily basis, about the vibe on the team, are the different groups on the team which are maybe pulling in different directions. I remember when I was on the tour, I trained at a university with Emily Webley Smith, and Emily hadn't gone to university before, and I was like, well, let's go and train. And even in practice, everyone was like going, yeah, Emily, come on, Emily, let's go. And it was just in the service box warm up, and she was just like, okay, but
I can imagine
that's what college is all about. It's excellent.
Yeah, it's so true. And at the end of the day, you're putting the work in with everybody else during the week. So even if you're not selected for that match, you know how much it means to everybody, and you know that the next week you would want them to do the same for you. So you're right there in it, almost playing every point with them. And as we've seen so many times, like, matches are often won sometimes by just having a louder crowd or a home advantage or people on the bench that are cheering their team on, and maybe the others get distracted or they, get put off by the noise, in their mind, and what they're sort of clearly thinking kind of goes out the window. And it can really boost everybody's morale and kind of push them over the line a little bit.
Yeah, I know Dom Inglot came and spoke at one of our camps last summer, and he went to University of Virginia, which is a powerhouse for tennis. And he was telling us how one time they played against Georgia, and I guess the courts, or the Virginia courts, I guess, are close to the fraternity, or Georgia were, and all the fraternity guys came out, and they were all yelling at Dom, and he said it was it made Davis Cup seem relatively easy after being kind of in an environment, 5,000 students yelling at you and making you want to kind of miss that next serve.
Yeah, and it puts you off, and in a good way when you're cheering for your teammates. So I can imagine that was quite a rowdy environment to play in, but such a fun atmosphere. And as you were talking through the day, there is so much tradition with things. The national anthem, sometimes they have, every university has their own song or fight song. We had at ours, so like often that's loud and people are singing that in the crowd, and you've got your team sort of dynamic, whether it's, getting into a huddle, whether it's a handshake. Like, we had all sorts of things that like we would do before you would step out on that court. And I think everybody finds their little way of doing something, or what they're shouting out, or what they're, words are that kind of motivate everybody. And I think that's such a big part of a game day as well.
Yeah. And it's kind of nice when you come back for county week in the summer, and you know, everyone generally comes back and wears like a University of Houston shirt or Colorado, and you bring that rowdiness back to county week as well. So it's nice to see all the different dynamics of the players who are at British University, the ones who are at American University, and seeing how they all mesh together.
Yeah, no, it's certainly true. And one of the other questions we had through Facebook was about coaching during a match and how much a coach can get involved. Is it just a change of ends? Is it ends of sets? Are they on the court? Can they roam around? How much can a coach do during a game day?
Yeah, it's so generally a coach will know which athletes want what. So I didn't really need a coach on court. Sometimes I'd get a bit negative or stressed, and then I'd come on and just tell me a joke, and that would just get me out of it. Give you exactly what I needed. Some players might want a coach actually sat there the entire time. And they will sit on the court with you and work you through the match. So it's totally up to what you want. Two coaches, usually they'll have 3 players that they'll work with, because you'll always want one or the other. And then they can talk to you whenever you like. Even if it's in the middle of the game, they could be stood off the side and they can walk on and give you feedback if you want. So it's pretty full on. If you really need to have your kind of handheld all the way through because you're struggling, no problem. And if you actually prefer just to get on with it and just need a bit of kind of upkeep halfway through, then you can have that as well.
That's really interesting. And I guess that's when you're used to that, you get used to it. I think sometimes, like you say, you were so probably used to figuring it out for yourself, and maybe just pulling you out of that negative like mindset every once in a while. And then it's amazing, as you say, they learn what you need. And so then for like, especially over the 4 years, it probably changes. It's probably not always the same when you come in as a freshman to when you're a senior in the team.
Yeah.
So that's
pretty much
journey to go on with the players.
Yeah, and that's what's nice. You have a coach that you really like and get on well with, then they can take you through some quite sticky moments. I know when I was kind of struggling with injuries, Jen would be on court with me a bit more, just walking me through it. And that's what's so good about the relationships out here.
That's so good. We've covered a lot over a game day.
Not bad. Yeah, we've done well. So 25 minutes of a game day, so gives you an idea.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Sarah, so much for joining us, and we look forward to sharing all of this information on our website, and then we will announce when the next one will be.
Brilliant. Thanks, Abby.
No problem. Thank you so much. Take care. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.